Reality TV star pastor Jamie Coots was executed in Kentucky this weekend and refused to be resuscitated. And so this brings to the end a long life of crime and stupidity. His family watched him die, and nothing else anybody else could have done. His son said, he said, "Sweet Jesus," the last words he said. I think that this whole business here does not. Okay, they're using a text in the scripture that says that you could handle serpents, drink poison, and it won't harm you, and you'll also be healing and so forth. But they're just dealing with the snake part. I heard they drink strychnine or whatever, but they don't drink no serious poison. And also, they're not doing any healing. In India, you have these snake charmers, and I guess maybe this is a kind of a similar sort of experience. But devils, as well as angels of God, have an influence over nature. Because in the beginning with Adam and Eve, they had dominance over the animals. Of course, they were big and mighty, and maybe even a snake were to bite them. They were so big that the amount of venom he will produce can't really affect the body. Or it could have been that the angels were protecting them from these harms, or the animal of itself was maybe fearful, but there was no fear back then, but some respect happened and they never used to harm them. And we saw also where Paul was on a ship, either Paul or Peter was on a ship, and it shipwrecked, and they were on an island. He put his hand in some wood, and a viper went on his hand and maybe appeared to have stung him and held on. And the people saying, "This man is an evil man. We can see him drop dead, and this is probably going to solve our problem." But he shook him off in the fire, and nothing happened, and they were amazed that God was able to protect him. But I don't think God basically is in this business of self-aggrandizement, because this is all it's about. He's a reality TV star. It's not Jesus has been given the glory, and they don't seem to teach other things. And Jesus is going to all the world and preach the gospel. Look, even if that is true, what the text says, it doesn't mean that you're going to go and put yourself in harm's way. If accidentally you're walking and a snake is in the bush, they're waiting to strike some prey and will strike you, maybe the angels of God will cause a fear and mesmerize it, whatever, it wouldn't harm you. I know that Christians have been poisoned by agents, but it hasn't happened. They're not dead because they hadn't gone and done it themselves. I know I've ingested poison from people, many times, but I have not died. But if I go and I take it myself and I say I want to die, let me drink this poison, it will kill me. But if somebody take that same poison and put it in my food, and I don't know, and I ask God to protect, and God knows that I have a job that He has given me and I'm doing it faithfully, He's going to protect me, as it were. So basically, why I named this video here, Pastor was executed in Texas for his stupidity and his life of crimes. It's illegal to be doing snake handling in public or private or whatever, so he's a criminal. In some state, I think he has been charged and banned and whatever, has a probation, etc. Stupidity in that is just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. And I see people have some fierce animals, and they're doing stuff and they're feeling gradually confident until it will bite them or something and kill them, strangle them as in some pythons. Generally, some fear of God is in man, and some way these animals don't necessarily want to harm us, but sometimes they're just playing. That's how they play. Two horses would kick each other, but if they kick a human, he's going to die or have some serious injuries. And so basically, he has put himself in harm's way, and now that he's dead. And I'm sure the snake bite is just as being executed with lethal injection, because a snake bite, what I understand it does, it affects the nervous system, and it creates a situation in which your muscles lose the ability to respond, and so the diaphragm and the heart and the lungs, they just get paralyzed, and you don't have oxygen, and you'll die, and other functions of the body start shutting down. Poisons have a way of shutting down the body. And so this is what the execution drug does: stop the breathing, um, stop the heart, and then the person dies. So this is what he has done. And I could tell you straight up that he's not going to heaven, period. Generally, when you take your life, it's over, because he had no opportunity to confess. Well, of course, he said sweet Jesus, and you'd hope that he might be confessed and so on. But you just don't automatically confess. This kind of behavior is going on with. I'm sure God is frowning on it, be talking to him about it, and he has more or less caused himself not to be even hearing God again, because a lifelong doing this dangerous stuff is not what church is about. Church is about becoming like Jesus, and trying to help other people to um, ascend to the same status, or to subscribe to the same views, etc., that are dictated in the Bible. So it's unfortunate that we have in this day and age people that are doing dumb stuff.